Hi everyone, today I'm going to make a spinner out of this spare metal part that I found. So let's get right to that. Hi everyone, welcome back to the City Aperture YouTube channel. I'm Jose. I go by City Aperture, and today I found this metal piece. I don't know if you guys can see it there. I don't know what it is, but I found it at a estate sale while I was buying other stuff and a couple other tools. And the minute I saw it, I was like, "Oh, I can make a spinner out of that." I've made a couple other spinners. I have some 3D printed spinners that I've made. I've given a few of them away. But I thought it sounded like it'd be cool to turn something that's just a spare part, it was going to get thrown away, into a spinner. So I'm going to start by 3D printing some parts that we're going to attach to this to make the spinner. So let's go to some of that design and modeling part of it now. So you can see I start by modeling a center ring. It has to have an offset in order to fit into the metal part. The metal ring has a hole in the, it's a ring because in the middle is where the bearing's going to go, that's going to allow it to spin. Then there's also going to be a piece that's on the sides. I'm modeling it pretty big to fit within the triangular piece and sort of this cut circle that's at the top of each of the three end pieces. I'm making it as this whole piece right now, but I think eventually I might change that. Yeah, now we're going to 3D print it after this. So I modeled and 3D printed this sort of two pieces that I need for this spinner. We're going to need three of this guy, but we only need one of the center ring. And you can see the center ring one fits pretty nicely on there. That's the back, and then there's the front, and it's pretty flush on both the front and the back. So that's perfect, and then the bearing goes right in the middle there, and I've already test fit that. That'll work. This is not the bearing I'm gonna use, but it's a good test. So that's on there. It's pretty snug. When I put it in here for good, it'll be glued on. But I think I'm gonna, I'm just gonna use this one. This was the test piece. Probably gonna do a little sanding and smoothing out, and then I'm gonna paint it. And then the end pieces, because this is heavy enough as it is metal, it doesn't need, the typical spinner has here. Let me show you one. The typical spinner has these three other bearings, which are the weights that allow it to spin so well, right? This guy is heavy enough that I don't think it'll need that. So I mostly wanted to make something that I could put a design on, so it's going to fit inside this groove there and inside this metal part. You can see that's the triangular part in there, and then this fits inside this groove, and it snaps in pretty well. You can see right there is in, right? And you can see the back of it. So it fits in there perfectly. I had scanned this metal part and I had drawn it in AutoCAD in order to do it. I'm not going to make it this big. I don't want to cover all of this empty space. So I think I'm just going to make the circle. I'm going to put a little design on there. But this worked out pretty well. This one's just a test piece, so this one I'm going to toss out. I'm going to print out a couple of others. So let's go model, do some changes to the end pieces with a little design. I think I'm going to go with a little superhero design you'll see in the modeling. And then we'll be ready to start putting this together. Okay, so there you saw me modeling and 3D printing the end caps here. That I went with a little bit of a, it's hard to see right now, but it has a little bit of a Deadpool design to it. And this parts snap right at the end there. They're gonna fit like that, and there's a little bit of a gap still. This is gonna get painted. So we're gonna have the ring with the bearing on here and 3 of these guys. I have the other 2 down here, so we'll have 1 on each face. So now I just gotta do some sanding, some smoothing out. I'm gonna put a little paint to it all, and then we're gonna have a 3D spinner ready to go. So let's do some of that. Alright, so now all the pieces are painted, and I also sealed them with this guy right here, some polyurethane, so they've all been sealed, painted, and we're ready to start assembling. So, but before we do that, well, I'm going to remove the mask here. I masked it because I wanted there to be raw plastic for, I'm going to glue this into place. That being said, I also need to sand the inside of this a little bit. Alright, now, so we've seen the new sort of end caps there. That's the Deadpool themed end cap that's going to fit at the very end. I pressed the bearing in already, right? You can see it assemble. There's one side of it, there's the other side of it right there. We just got to assemble all the pieces, so I'm going to bring the camera down here and we're going to go ahead and assemble real quick. So here we have our metal piece. Let's put the center ring in first. It's going to sit there. I am going to put the glue. We've got our accelerant and we've got our just sort of general brand super glue. I am going to put the super glue on the ring itself. I'm just going to put a little bit of glue over there. And then I'm going to spray the accelerant on the piece. Put in place and press it in. There we go. Let's just dry off the extra accelerant. And there we go. That's in place now. Right? That's not going to come out. The glue should hold really well. Now to do the end caps, they fit in this way. You can see I've scratched off some of the paint in the back so that we can put a little bit of glue on there. So we'll add some glue to this guy and spray this one just like before. Let's make a little room. Camera over. Alright, so there it is. There's the finished Deadpool spinner made out of some spare parts. You know, some of the people that, other channels that do some superhero themed spinners are a really good friend of mine actually. We went to architecture school together. It's Ray Pena. If you check out his, I'll put a link up here in one of the cards to his channel where he's making some custom superhero themed spinners. Also, Dan the Maker Man makes quite a few. Yeah, let's watch it spin real quick. There you go. That's a spinner. I have the caps for the bearing. They're drying, but I'll add those and take some photos of it. But there you go. I just stopped it. But there you go. That's the finished product. I'll take some nice photos of it. So check out those two channels if you like the sort of custom-made superhero spinners. And yeah, that's it. I've got another spinner project that I'm working on that I'll have maybe next week or the week after. So come back, check that out, subscribe to the channel, see some more of these projects. I'm working on a lot of stuff. See you guys later. Wait, one more spin before we go. Alright guys, bye. If you guys like this project, then maybe you'll enjoy the podcast that I do with my two colleagues, Claudia and Ray. We discuss purpose-driven design, making, and manufacturing. We talk about architecture. We talk about all sorts of making. We have a project of the week. So yeah, please check it out. Again, it's called The Made Podcast. Thanks so much.